Hello and welcome back, my friends. In this episode, I want to share with you not just words, but real-life expressions, phrases that English speakers use every single day. These are the phrases that make conversations smooth, natural, and authentic. As you listen, imagine yourself in these situations. Picture the places, the people, the emotions, and then repeat the phrases aloud to yourself. That's how you'll make them part of your own speech. 1. How's it going? This is one of the most common greetings. It's casual, light, and friendly. Instead of saying the more formal, "How are you?" people often ask, "How's it going?" Imagine walking into your office and passing a coworker. You smile and say, "Hey, how's it going?" They might reply, "Pretty good, thanks. Just finishing a project." Or maybe, "Not too bad, just tired." It's a quick way of connecting without needing a long conversation. Use it with friends, family, even with colleagues you know well. 2. I'm just chilling. Sometimes people want to know what you're doing. Instead of saying, "Nothing," you can say, "I'm just chilling." It shows you're relaxing, not stressed, maybe watching TV or listening to music. Picture yourself on a Sunday afternoon with a cup of tea, your phone in your hand, scrolling through social media. If a friend texts, "What are you up to?" the perfect reply is, "Just chilling at home." It makes you sound natural and easygoing. 3. Grab a bite. Food is always part of life. When you want to eat something small, you can say, "Let's grab a bite." Imagine you only have 20 minutes before the next meeting, and your stomach is growling. You look at a coworker and say, "Wanna grab a bite at the cafe downstairs?" It doesn't mean a big dinner, just something quick. Another situation, you're shopping with a friend and suddenly feel hungry. You say, "Before we continue, let's grab a bite." 4. Call it a day. After working for hours, you may feel done. At that moment, the phrase is, "Let's call it a day." It doesn't mean the day is ending, it means the work is over. Imagine painting your living room for hours. The walls look good, your arms are sore, and you say, "Okay, I think I'll call it a day." It's the perfect phrase for finishing. 5. Take a break. Different from, "Call it a day." Here you're only pausing, not stopping. Students say it a lot. "I've been studying for 3 hours. I need to take a break." Workers too. "Let's take a break and grab some coffee." Life is about balance. Even a 5-minute break helps. 6. Run errands. Errands are those little tasks we must do. Buying groceries, picking up laundry, going to the bank. Instead of explaining everything, you can simply say, "I'm running errands." Imagine it's Saturday, and your friend asks what you're doing. You reply, "Not much, just running errands, grocery store, pharmacy, and the post office." One short phrase replaces a whole list. 7. Keep in touch. This phrase carries emotion. Imagine your coworker is leaving for another city. You shake hands and say, "It's been great working with you. Let's keep in touch." It means, don't lose contact. In friendships, when you don't want distance to separate you, this phrase is the bridge, "Keep in touch." 8. In a hurry. We've all been there, rushing to catch a bus, late for a meeting. When someone stops you to chat, you can politely say, "Sorry, I'm in a hurry. Can we talk later?" It's polite but firm. Another example. You're running through the train station, and a stranger asks for directions. You might say, "I'm so sorry, I'm in a hurry," while still smiling. 9. Pick up. This phrase is practical. Pick up groceries, pick up your child from school, pick up a package. It simply means collect. Imagine leaving work. "I can't stay long, I have to pick up some groceries on the way home." It also works for people. "I'll pick you up at 7 p.m. It's a lifesaver phrase. 10. Just in case. English speakers love being prepared. If you're not sure about something, you add safety. For example, I'll bring an umbrella, just in case it rains. Or, take some cash, just in case the card machine doesn't work. It shows carefulness and foresight. 11. Get things done. We all feel satisfaction from completing tasks. If you're serious about finishing, you say, I need to get things done. Imagine Saturday morning. You write a to-do list: laundry, cleaning, bills. You tell yourself, no excuses today, time to get things done. 12. Catch up. 2 meanings. First, reconnecting. When you haven't seen a friend for months, you say, we should catch up over coffee. It means share stories, update each other. Second, finishing delayed work. I need to catch up on my emails. Both are common, both useful. 13. Out of order. Think of machines. Elevator broken, out of order. Coffee machine not working, out of order. Even websites or apps can be described like this: sorry, the page is out of order today. Simple, direct, clear. 14. On the go. Some people are always busy, always moving. For them, the phrase is, I'm always on the go. It paints the image of someone eating breakfast while checking emails, running to meetings, picking kids up, then shopping. A fast-paced life described in 4 words. 15. Make the most of it. Life is short, so when you have an opportunity, you make the most of it. Imagine you're on vacation for 3 days. You say, I want to make the most of my time here. Or, it's a sunny day after a week of rain. Let's make the most of this weather and go outside. 16. Settle down. 2 uses. First, calming someone. A teacher tells noisy students, settle down. Second, choosing stability. After years of moving or traveling, someone may say, I'm ready to settle down and buy a house. It's a phrase about both peace in the moment and peace in life. 17. Hang out. Casual, friendly, easy. 2. Hang out means spend time together without a strict plan. We're hanging out at the park. Do you want to hang out this weekend? It could mean movies, coffee, or just talking. Simple but warm. 18. Hit the road. When you're ready to leave, you can say, time to hit the road. Imagine finishing dinner at a friend's house. It's late, and you smile, thanks for everything, but I'd better hit the road. It's friendly and clear. 19. Break the ice. Some situations feel awkward, like a party where no one knows each other. The first conversation is the hardest. Starting it is called breaking the ice. Maybe you ask about the music, or compliment someone's shoes. That first step relaxes everyone. 20. Get the ball rolling. Projects, meetings, discussions, all need a start. When you begin, you get the ball rolling. In a meeting, let's get the ball rolling by looking at last week's notes. It suggests movement, progress, energy. 21. What's up? Everywhere in English-speaking countries, you'll hear, what's up? It's a super casual greeting. Not as serious as, how are you? More like, hey, what's happening? Replies can be, not much, just relaxing, or, just studying. It's light and friendly. 22. Long time, no see. When you meet someone after months or years, this is perfect. Long time, no see. It shows surprise and happiness. Imagine bumping into an old classmate at the mall. Wow, long time, no see. How have you been? 23. I'm beat, tired, exhausted. You can simply say, I'm beat. Imagine working all day, running errands, then cooking dinner. At the end, you fall on the couch and say, I'm beat. Short, strong, natural. 24. A piece of cake. When something is easy, it's a piece of cake. For example, that exam was a piece of cake. Or, don't worry about the presentation, It'll be a piece of cake once you practice. No cake involved, just simplicity. 25. Call it a night. This is similar to call it a day, but for the evening. When you're done, maybe after dinner or an event, you say, let's call it a night. Example. Friends are studying until midnight. Finally, one says, I can't read anymore. Let's call it a night. 26. Running late. Sometimes life doesn't go as planned. You're supposed to meet a friend at 3 o'clock, but it's already 2:50 and you're still at home. You send a quick message. Sorry, I'm running late. I'll be there in 20 minutes. It's polite, it shows respect, and it's much better than just arriving late without a word. 27. Hold on a second. We often need a moment before answering. On the phone, you might say, hold on a second, let me check. At work, someone asks you for a file. You respond, hold on a second, it's on my desk. It means wait briefly. It's softer than saying, wait. 28. It slipped my mind. We all forget things. Instead of saying, I forgot, you can soften it by saying, it slipped my mind. Example. Oh no, I was supposed to call you back, it completely slipped my mind. It's more polite and less harsh. 29. I'm all ears. This phrase shows you're ready to listen. Imagine your friend says, I need to tell you something important. You respond, go ahead, I'm all ears. It communicates openness and interest. 30. It's on me. When you want to pay for someone, you can say, don't worry, it's on me. Picture yourself at a cafe with a friend. When the bill comes, you smile and say, this time it's on me. It's generous and friendly. 31. Play it by ear. Sometimes plans aren't clear. Maybe you don't know when you'll finish work. A friend asks, what time should we meet? You can say, let's play it by ear. It means, let's decide later, depending on how things go. It shows flexibility. 32. Under the weather. A polite way to say you're not feeling well. Instead of saying, I'm sick, you can say, I'm feeling a bit under the weather. Imagine calling your boss, I won't come in today, I'm under the weather. It sounds softer and more natural. 33. Hit the hay. A fun, casual way to say, go to bed. Imagine after a long day you yawn and say, I'm tired, time to hit the hay. No hay involved, it's just an old expression. 34. It's not a big deal. This is to reassure someone. For example, your friend apologizes for being late. You smile and say, don't worry, it's not a big deal. It reduces stress and keeps things friendly. 35. I'm just pulling your leg. This means you're joking. Imagine telling a friend something shocking. They're giving us a month off work. When they look surprised, you laugh and say, relax, I'm just pulling your leg. It's playful and lighthearted. 36. Get down to business. Sometimes enough talk, it's time to work. At the beginning of a meeting, you might say, okay, let's get down to business. It signals seriousness and focus. 37. In the same boat. This means sharing the same situation as someone else. Imagine your friend says, I'm so stressed about exams. You reply, I'm in the same boat, I've been studying all week. It shows empathy. 38. It's up to you. When you want the other person to decide, you say, it's up to you. Example. Pizza or sushi? I'm fine with either, it's up to you. It gives power to the other person. 39. I'm swamped. This is a strong way of saying, I'm very busy. Picture yourself at work with 3 deadlines and endless emails. A colleague asks for help, and you respond, sorry, I'm swamped right now. It communicates pressure but politely. 40. Wrap it up. When it's time to finish, you can say, let's wrap it up. In a meeting, we've covered everything, let's wrap it up. At the end of a presentation, That's all for today, I'll wrap it up here. It's neat and professional. 41. Throw someone under the bus. This means blaming someone else to protect yourself. Imagine two coworkers forget to finish a report. When the boss asks, one says, "It wasn't me, it was him." That's throwing someone under the bus. It's negative, unfair, but very common. 42. Spill the beans. This fun phrase means to reveal a secret. Imagine there's a surprise party planned. If someone tells the guest before the party, they've spilled the beans. You can also say, "Don't spill the beans, it's a secret." 43. Hit the nail on the head. When someone is exactly correct, you say, "You hit the nail on the head." Example. Your friend says, "The reason you're stressed is because you don't sleep enough." You reply, "Yes, you hit the nail on the head." 44. Think outside the box. This phrase encourages creativity. At work, your manager may say, "We need new ideas, think outside the box." It means go beyond the usual, be innovative. 45. Take it with a grain of salt. When you don't fully believe something, you say, "Take it with a grain of salt." For example, a friend says, "This app will make you fluent in 1 week." You smile, "I'll take that with a grain of salt." 46. Once in a blue moon. This means very rarely. Imagine someone asks, "Do you eat fast food often?" You answer, "Only once in a blue moon." Another example. She calls me once in a blue moon, almost never. 47. On the same page. When people agree or share understanding, they are on the same page. Example. Before we start, let's make sure we're on the same page about the plan. It avoids confusion and ensures teamwork. 48. Cutting edge. This means modern, advanced, the newest technology. This hospital uses cutting-edge treatments. Or, my laptop is cutting edge, it has the latest features. It shows progress. 49. Back to the drawing board. When a plan fails, you start again, back to the drawing board. Imagine designing a website, but the client rejects it. You sigh and say, "All right, back to the drawing board." It's about trying again. 50. Burn the midnight oil. When you work very late into the night, you're burning the midnight oil. Students use this phrase a lot during exams. "I was burning the midnight oil last night, finishing my project." It shows hard effort and late hours. 51. The ball is in your court. This comes from tennis, but in English it means, it's your turn to act or decide. Imagine you've done your part of a project, and you tell your teammate, "Now the ball is in your court." It's like saying, "The next move is yours." 52. Cost an arm and a leg. This colorful phrase means something is very expensive. That designer bag cost an arm and a leg. Or, tickets to the concert cost an arm and a leg, but it was worth it. You don't actually lose a limb, it's just a way of exaggerating price. 53. Sit on the fence. When you can't decide between two options, you're sitting on the fence. For example, I'm sitting on the fence about whether to buy a new car or not. It shows indecision. Picture someone who doesn't want to choose sides in an argument, they're sitting on the fence. 54. Bite the bullet. This means doing something difficult or unpleasant because you have no choice. Imagine you've been avoiding the dentist. Finally, you say, "I'll bite the bullet and book the appointment." It's about courage in uncomfortable situations. 55. In a nutshell. When you want to summarize briefly, you say, "In a nutshell." Example. In a nutshell, the meeting was a success. Or, in a nutshell, my weekend was all about laundry and Netflix. It's like a short version of a long story. 56. Take it easy. This can mean relax, don't stress, or even goodbye in a casual way. Take it easy, you'll define in your presentation. Or when leaving a friend, you can say, See you later, take it easy. It's both supportive and friendly. 57. That's a win-win. When both sides benefit, it's a win-win situation. Example: if I cook dinner and you wash the dishes, it's a win-win. Or, working from home is a win-win. The company saves money, and I save time. 58. You're spot on. This means exactly correct. Imagine guessing the right answer. You're spot on. Another example: your analysis of the problem was spot on. It's a way to confirm someone's accuracy. 59. Not my cup of tea. This is a polite way to say you don't like something. For example: thanks, but horror movies are not my cup of tea. It's softer than saying, I hate it. It's very British, but used everywhere. 60. The last straw. This phrase describes the final problem that breaks your patience. Imagine your internet cuts off again after a long, bad day. You say, that's the last straw. It's the final small problem that feels too much. 61. Hang in there. A phrase of encouragement. When a friend is stressed, you say, hang in there, things will get better. To a student studying all night: I know it's hard, but hang in there, you're almost done. It's supportive and motivational. 62. I'm on it. This shows responsibility. When someone gives you a task, you reply, I'm on it. Example: can you send the email? I'm on it. It communicates action and reliability. 63. Break a leg. Strange, right? But it's a way of wishing good luck, especially before performances. If your friend has an exam or job interview, say, break a leg. It sounds negative, but it's positive. 64. What do you have in mind? This phrase invites ideas. When someone suggests, let's do something fun this weekend, you respond, what do you have in mind? It's a way of saying, tell me your plan. 65. It's a no-brainer. Something so obvious that it requires no thought. Example: should we choose free delivery or pay extra? Free delivery, of course. It's a no-brainer. It emphasizes simplicity of choice. 66. I'll sleep on it. When you need time before deciding, you say, I'll sleep on it. Example: someone offers you a job. You reply, I'll sleep on it and give you my answer tomorrow. It shows careful decision-making. 67. That rings a bell. When something sounds familiar but you're not sure, you say, that rings a bell. Example: have you heard of this actor? The name rings a bell. It's about partial memory. 68. Go the extra mile. This means putting in extra effort. At work, she always goes the extra mile for her clients. At home, he went the extra mile by baking a cake for the party. It's about doing more than expected. 69. Cut corners. The opposite of going the extra mile. It means doing something cheaply or quickly, often with poor quality. Example: the builder cut corners, and now the wall is weak. It's usually negative. 70. Cross that bridge when we come to it. This phrase means don't worry about problems until they happen. Example: what if it rains during our trip? Let's cross that bridge when we come to it. It's practical and calming. 71. Let's face it. This introduces a truth, often uncomfortable. Let's face it, we need more money for this project. Or, let's face it, I'm never going to wake up at 5 a.m. It's honest and direct. 72. I'm on the fence. Similar to, sit on the fence. Example: I'm on the fence about moving to a new city. It means undecided, not sure. 73. Let's shake on it. This is an informal way to confirm an agreement. Example: you help me tomorrow, I'll help you next week. Deal, let's shake on it. It's friendly and binding. 74. It's up in the air. When plans are uncertain, they're up in the air. Example: our travel dates are still up in the air. It means nothing is decided yet. 75. Running on fumes. This dramatic phrase means extremely tired, almost with no energy left. Imagine staying awake all night. The next morning you say, "I'm running on fumes." It's like a car running with no fuel. And there you have it. 75 powerful phrases for everyday English. Together, we've explored greetings, casual expressions, idioms, and supportive phrases. With these in your vocabulary,